So don't fight just the negative things which don't suit you, and then enjoy the privileges of being a woman in that society. Fight everything together, knowing that the same mindset that created these rules which favor you are the same ones that created the rules that disfavor you. And at times, it's being unfair to the person who has to pay the bride price, open the door, fend for the family, to tell him to come and be equal with you in that house. Yeah, because if you balance some of those things out, if you actually trace it back, as I said, knowing that civilization, men went from agrarian revolution to industrial revolution. Agrarian revolution was mostly forced to farm. Industrial revolution was forced to work in the factories. The men are muscularly or physically stronger, so they were the ones who adapted to that system. So if they be the breadwinner, then you have to be, someone has to cook so that he eats when he comes back. It's but normal. It's just division of labor. It's not even like somebody's dominating. When they say the woman should be in the kitchen in that society. So he goes out, does all these tough things, be the whatever, the industrial revolution things, and then brings back money or brings back things, and then you go, or he does trade or whatever, and then you cook food so that he eats to have more strength and bring more. Is that division of labor? So the woman's place being in the kitchen was just out of convenience to the woman, to the system at the time. And now things have changed. We have moved to technology. It's more of things of data. It's more of Internet of Things and whatever. So if women can own up to that responsibility to start taking forefront in providing these things and doing things in the society and fending for themselves, then I don't feel like the whole masculine position of dominating is going to go into extinction by itself. Because that personality will no longer have relevance in the society. But you see some of these so-called feminists saying that men should not dominate, and men, no, I have many types of feminists. I don't want to start listening to them. These so-called feminists say men should not dominate, but they still want to enjoy the privileges of being taken care of. I listed a number of things. Some are relevant, some are not. They want to be taken care of. The man is to fend for the family. The man is to, and then you still want to have equal rights, but you want him to do all of these things. It's not fair. It's impossible. Because the same man who goes out cannot come and still cook. And then where it becomes lopsided is where the woman goes to work and then still has to come and cook. But I feel like the large majority of the African societies, that's not yet the case. And if it becomes the case, then it will automatically just adjust itself.
Yeah, so I will not speak for the large majority, but I'll speak for the circle in which I am in. I know in my circle, I know most of the women who I know actually work, but still they have to come back home and still be the caretaker and cook and take care of the family and all those things which the things which they have said that is the woman's role. And I know a lot of African men who I've spoken to, I will not say African men in general, but the ones who I've spoken to have a problem. I don't know if it's I don't know what is the term to use when somebody feels like they are too big for certain responsibilities. It's like,
that's why I've said, just listen to what I've said. It is the society that put them in that place, because the society makes you feel like he has to instead do this, not do that. So don't just go on wanting to just do this. Also say that, okay, you can do this and I can go and do this. Once you are sending the boy to the kitchen, maybe you send the girl to go and hunt, or to go and carry the bags, or to split wood. But it becomes unfair when this boy knows, okay, certain tasks the girl is not even physically able to do it, but now you want me to go into the kitchen. It's not fair. But the clear statement of men is when we just see the women going out there hunting and bringing the I'm just saying we don't need to hunt again as such though. I'm just example in the African society. But if the women take forefront to be the ones being the breadwinners and all of that, those things will adjust.
Yeah, like I was saying, like I know of situations where women have taken the forefront to be like breadwinners of families. I know of situations.
But that's not them. It's not even up to 30% of Africa.
So what I'm trying to drive to is because from your point you raised is like one of the solutions to the problem is if women take charge and they also try to be the breadwinners of the family, then there's this kind of switch of role things. That's why I'm telling you that I don't think that it's the solution, because I know of examples where women have taken charge but still required to do the other thing. Society still shames them for not being able to do this other thing, even if you're a working mother or what, and you're not able to meet up with the responsibilities at home, they are being shamed by society.
Change is a process.
Yes.
It's not going to happen immediately.
Mm.
Of years for humanity to evolve to where we are, and the number of activities like the agrarian revolution, the industrial revolution, independence, literature, whatever, for us to be where we are. And
Mm.
so it's going to take a number of other steps and stages for us to evolve into what we want to become. But at
Mm.
least we should be conscious of where we are going to. The next thing
Mm.
you say, you meet a boy, you don't want to do that. You don't know the mother who raised him, you don't know the father who raised him. You're just
Mm.
meeting that boy where he's at.
Mm.
It is cultural conditioning that shape the person that he is. So
Mm.
you questioning that is just you trying to be offensive and to get him angry,
Mm.
because you don't know how he got there, and it's very comfortable with him dominating because he grew up where his father was dominating his mother let it happen. His
Mm.
sisters were all in the kitchen. You now come, you want to, like, you are trying to disrupt his world.
Mm.
So for me, it's to go back and then untie all those knots. Don't just come and expect the person to jump into it. Untie it systematically, one at a time, and then we'll get there.
If you want equal opportunities, then you should be able to have
Yeah.
proven that you're able to meet up. Like, for example, if you're in an office and if the boss has to give certain responsibilities to certain people, definitely they're going to give the bigger responsibility to somebody who has proved to be able to do bigger things in the past. So I get where you're coming from, saying that women need equal opportunities as men. Women need to be given equal opportunities. We have the right to be given equal opportunities as men. Not denying the fact that biologically we are different and there are some things which you might not be good at. Yeah, but it's not like this restrictive thing that because you are a woman, even if you love doing this and even if you're good at this, you cannot do this because you're a woman. So I think that's like one of the fundamental principles of the whole feminism idea. Yeah, so it's women being given that choice, that freedom of choice. So, but also I wanted also to talk a little bit about our society, because everything we have been talking about has somehow been linked to the society. Society says this, society says boys do this, society says boys do that. So how do we start reshaping the society? Is it by individuals doing things and showing examples, or is that a general movement which we can be part of to transform this our society?
Always very reluctant to join movements because at times I listen to some of these what I call rah-rah feminists,
Mm.
and they are just in quarrel mode, shouting, and then people clap, and then they sound all excited. But that's not what changes things. Donald
Mm.
Trump might just smile and look at you, but he already knows the three policies which he's going to use to tie you down, and you not move a step.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So at times, it's those strategic moves. That's what the women should do. It's not to quarrel, shout, make speeches, cry in public, and get it. No, that's not the point.
Mm.
Some of the women should do that, but at least we should have some think tank of women who are there to actually be calm and strategize.
Mm.
But at times when I look at most of the women movement, I feel like one, anything that has to do with the society is man, woman, boy, girl.
Mm.
So these so-called rah-rah feminists, they go a long way to alienate some of the men like us
Mm.
who are practical feminists, want to support them. We have our own perspective from where we are coming from. Where they can accommodate us, we can as well join them, and we might make the movement stronger. They
Mm.
almost make it sound like from the beginning it is a man versus woman battle. No, it is ideals versus ideals. It's not a man versus. So if a
Yeah.
man stands for these ideals, he is a feminist. So when I get into the hall and I already sense some hostility, and I'm like, okay, I'm not wanted here. Then I still, as I go back to what Chimamanda Ngozi said, like that her dear Jehovah left,
Mm.
where she's mentioning on the various things where a feminist, she always says like everybody, I think that was one of the catchy phrases she did in her TED talk. Everybody
Mm.
should be a feminist. Of
Mm.
course, everybody should be a feminist. Everybody was raised by a woman.
Mm.
Everybody's even being fed by a woman. Maybe fed by a woman. At one point, they were fed by a woman or things like that. I don't even see why it should be some academic thesis to try to convince you the importance or why a woman should be respected. That's not the problem. And instead, the reverse should be why are they not getting it? And
Mm.
for the world of feminists to understand why some people don't get it, to put themselves in their shoes and understand who raised them. And I always said that a woman was in the process of raising these men who we feel are not feminists.
Mm.
And women, I've heard some of the most outrageous unfeminist things from women, believe
Mm.
me, and
Mm.
at times even very educated women.
Mm.
So that's why you just realize that it's a cultural conditioning thing. I mean, like, even when you go back to doing research, you realize, like they say, feminism is on African.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Mm.
But they're not saying on African like women should not be respected. No. They are saying that the African culture did not even see need for something like feminism.
Mm.
That's the school of thought from which I'm coming from. It's not the one of like disrespect women, it's on African women should be in the kitchen. No. It's a school of thought of women in the original African culture, women were some of the leaders. Like if you look at the Ghanaian, the whole Ghana, not just Ghana, West Africa, because it spanned a little bit more than Ghana at the time. There was no Ghana. So if you look at some of the Ashanti tribes and the rest, women were the leaders. It's whole matriarchal kind of system.